Right, so a lot of people have looked at getting into lure fishing and starting to use larger lures as well to try and catch some pike. And you see me using my proper battered and bruised now as this setup, but a BFT Roots 6'7", 160 gram, and my Akuma Komodo 364. Just get you a little close up of it, just to show you how battered and bruised it is. And that proper gets mistreated, thrown up the bank. Had some proper stick, so it's standing the test of time. Roots was doing well apart from when I recently fell on it and broke it. And I've managed to bodge it together for a while, see how long that lasts. But yeah, great setup. Ace for casting large lures. Proper, you know, solid rod. Great for working the larger, you know, my cobs, jerkbait, that kind of thing. Cast them out a long distance, and it's a great setup. However, a lot of people are asking me. I get a lot of questions about people starting up, and you're looking at the Roots. Now I can't remember what price Roots is at the minute, but you know, 150 quid rod, a £200 reel. That reel's gone from 150 quid when I bought it to 200 quid now, which is a bit of a piss take, to be honest. But it is a good reel. But that you're looking at 350 quid for a setup there, 20 quid for your £80 braid, and you ain't even got any lures at that point. Chico trace, whatever, 7 quid. So it's an expensive. You're pushing 400 quid with just one lure, and it's. I know I'll often recommend that type of setup, simply because I don't really know a cheaper setup for, you know, a good jerkbait rod that'll work, and a good low profile baitcaster reel that'll work. One thing you look at is for a reel, look for a second hand Abu Ambassador, the C3 series. Good reels have been proven by a lot of pike anglers, and you can pick them up for 55 quid. That's a decent price, often reconditioned and serviced. You can pick those up, and they'll do you a great job. Cast the big lures, no problem. So you don't have to buy the Akuma Komodo for 200 quid. I wish I knew one, like I said, one cheaper, but I don't know one. So unless somebody who wants to send me one, that's a good reel. Any of you viewers that have got a cheaper heavy baitcaster reel that does the job, let me know, because people are asking me the question. I don't know if I haven't used a tackle, I don't know. So that's the hard part. But I want to just have a talk, and you know, a lot of them are young kids as well. You know, I've got Christmas money or birthday money, or they're saving up pocket money, and they want to buy their own gear. Well, you don't have to go for the massive lures, you know, the really big stuff. You can still catch pike on the next size up. You know, you've got your light lures with the 2-inch shads and things like that, and you know, the small cranks. You step it up, you can go for you can go a little bit bigger, which will attract pike. You'll still catch big pike, but you don't have to go expensive. So I've bought a setup. You can see I'll go for a close up again. As you can see, it's shiny, apart from a little bit of mud I've just put on it. Get it off. So it's nice and brand new, hardly been used. Only had a couple of fish, and it's much cheaper to get you fishing, because you need to get fishing first. That's what I did years and years ago. I got fishing. I used any bit of kit I could use. You don't have to buy the best stuff. So what I've got here, and I often say it to you, you can often get away with a cheaper rod. Now this is an Abu Vendetta. It's a 10 to 30 gram. It's 7 foot, and I think it cost me something like 22 or 25 quid in a sale. So that's just, you know, that's not 200 quid for the rod. That's 25 quid for the rod. The reel, I always say, if you can spend a little bit more money on a good quality reel, because that does a lot of the work. The good drags, whatever. But again, I've not gone stupid. I've gone for a 50 quid reel, and this one's a Daewoo Ninja. It's a 3000 size reel. You can see slightly bigger, holds a lot more braid, a lot more bigger braid, and it's a nice reel, lovely reel. In fact, 50 quid. Most people will be spending 30 quid plus on a reel anyway, so 50 quid and you've got yourself a nice bit of kit. So I've got a quality reel, and a budget rod. Now Adi and Neil used to use a Vendetta years ago for perch fishing, but the smaller version, the lighter version, we did a great job for him, so I can't see why this one won't do a good job for me on these lows. One good thing about it is I also got a second spool, so I've got a spare spool, so I've got two spools. One's got 20-pound braid on it, and one's got 40-pound braid, and I'll show you why I've done that. So what I've got is two low boxes, two standard size low boxes. You can get them from most tackle shops. And what I've got in is I've got a bit of a selection. Now I've not got loads and loads of lows, but I've got a bit of a selection. I've got the usual stuff that you see me using. My personal favourites, things like now I have got a smaller 2.5 inch shad. That's just as an option, but it's not really recommended for this setup. Like I said, 10 to 30 gram. But what I have got is 3 inch shad with a 10 gram jig head on, and that's a pike catcher. That'll catch a fish all day long. That, you know, or if you're going anywhere near Zander, it's a good size bait. It's got a few colours. Same with the Savage Gear ones. Savage Gear, I think they're called Fat Tail Minnow or something like that. Another load that'll catch fish. Simple. So I've not got loads of stuff. Another one, Cannibal Shad. How many shads do you need? But they all catch fish, so put those in. I've got a few cranks. Usual repilers that I enjoy using. Jointed repilers or any other cranks. It doesn't have to be jointed repilers. Any other cranks. I like to use them, but there's plenty of others. And that's one box. And I'll probably put some more stuff in there when I find, I dig through some more lows at home. I've got loads of lows at home. And I'll dig through that. That's one box. And what I'd use on these, I'd use that with the, as it's set up now, 20-pound braid. So that's like using the lighter end of it. It's casting a 10 gram end, 10 to 15 sort of weight. And what I've also got then is, now if I know it's not snaggy, I'll get away with casting slightly bigger lows. But if I'm going to be fishing a river that's snaggy, then what I really need to do is switch my spools over. I can quickly change. I've got a different set of tracers in my bag, some 20-pound tracers and some heavier 40-pound tracers. I can quickly switch it over, and then I can start using these. And these are a bit more of a selection of pike lows. So what we got in here, a bit of all sorts. Catches fish, Savage Gear, hard eel, 19 centimetre, I think that's or something like that, 20 centimetre. Catches fish, Savage Gear again, lows you can buy from most shops, 13 centimetre, lip low and low rider, both catch fish. Again, Savage Gear 4 plays. Savage Gear 4 play on a Paul Adams from Paul Adams has got a YouTube channel. That's one of his custom made jig heads, just for a bit of fun. Put that on a big shad, big 4 play, sorry. Catches fish. Again, everybody can go buy these. Savage Gear spinnerbait to bush spinnerbait, catches fish. Gives you options there straight away. You've got plenty of options. Again, it's like I've got a Savage Gear fetish going on here. The small, look at that. That's just awesome. That just looks like a fish. A small Savage Gear line through trout. Don't forget to test your crimps on these because they've been prone to failing. But apart from that, it's a great lure, catch a fish. A couple of my new favourites, obviously, Cruel Baits. Cruel Bait's Godfather jerk. Yeah, it's a little low, simple lure that works. If you want to get into custom jerks and use them a little bit more not off the shelf like the Savage Gear stuff, great lure, well made, works, catches fish, joy to use. Always got them in my bag now. I'll just take them everywhere I go, and I've not actually caught a fish today. I was trying to catch a few fish on film to show the setup and everything. I've had 3 follows from pike. They're just not quite on it. I've tried everything from small shads to the big buster jerks, baits, all that kind of thing. I had 3 follows, and 3 follows were all on the Godfather. They didn't take. I didn't catch a fish. However, that's what got a follow. So another day I'll catch. Buster jerk. That's a smaller one, the junior one. noisy, it'll catch fish. So I can use that on my with my 40 pound braid. And a lot of people ask me questions about do I need to have a Baitcaster, a jerkbait rod to use jerkbaits. I've got a Buster jerk, I've got the Godfather in there, and I've got a fixed spool rod. They'll still work, especially if you get a decent one. They'll still work. Buster jerks, Salmos, Salmo slider. They come in quite a few sizes. You can get them for this setup if you wanted to, and they work. You don't need to. You don't need to get a jerkbait rod. You don't have to spend 200 quid on a jerkbait rod, 200 quid on a jerkbait reel or the Baitcaster reel. That'll do your job. That'll catch you some fish, and it'll last you a year or two. All that, and in the meantime, build up your lure collection. See if you enjoy doing it, and if at that point you want to get a proper big heavy rod, then that's what you go do. But I just thought I'd give you a bit of option there. Good bit of summer fun. You can't always target monster pike. Most places we fish haven't got monster pike, and you don't always need the big stuff. Sometimes it's about scaling down a little bit and catching a few fish, catch a few jacks on that, and it's a good bit of fun. Just have a look at a little bit at the rod again. I mean, it'll put all these baits I've got in here. The Buster jerk's the heaviest one, I think, and the Godfather at about 35 gram. And this rod will punch them out a long way. It's got a little bit of backbone to play a pike, plenty of backbone there to play a pike on it. You can give it some stick, but also a little bit of bend to give you a bit of fun. So perfect rod, 25 quid. You probably can't find one in a sale at the minute because I bought this a while ago, but there'll be something similar. 10 to 30 grams a good weight to go for. You can still cast quite small lures, and you can still cast pikey size lures. So I know Eddie's got his lovely his custom rod from Marty. Costs a lot of money. He's got the Shimano Calcutta, perfect for pike fishing. Throwing the big stuff, but not everybody can afford that. Especially when you're starting as well. You want to go drop shot, and you want to go perch and zander fishing. You want to go pike fishing. You've got like 3 setups straight away that you need to buy, and it's or if you want to go trout fishing or chub fishing, you've got so many setups you need to buy. So just try and get fishing. Try and think like that. If you can get a reel that's got just 2 jobs, well, it's got 2 spools, it'll do 2 jobs. It might be slightly oversized for one job or slightly undersized for another, but it'll do a job. And that's what you've got to try and work out, and that's what you can do. Just get fishing. And like I said, don't have to buy the most perfect gear, the most expensive.